Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing another NHL team's offseason so far, as today we're at Team 9, which means we're at the Columbus Blue Jackets, the team that I gotta say has not really done anything with their franchise since coming into the NHL, really only winning one series and then losing most of their players, but somehow, some way, Jarmo Kekalainen has kept his team together and has made a pretty solid team. But before we get into talking about what Jarmo did, I would like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to slap that subscribe button and also hit that like button as well. That will be very much appreciated. And let me know if you guys are enjoying the series so far. So let's get into talking about the Columbus Blue Jackets, who cleared up a lot of cap space. A lot of it right off the get-go, with of course getting Ryan Murray off the team, New Tavares, and then also making the big deal to pick up Max Domi, which was an absolute phenomenal deal. Really was a great way to kickstart the Columbus Blue Jackets offseason. Max Domi is a nice second-line centerman, which they definitely needed after Weinberg was not really panning out for them. And I mean, I think that's the main thing that they missed, was a good second-line centerman. They had Boone Jenner, and Weinberg struggled for most of the year. So also Texier was also really good throughout the year. His analytics was just absolutely ungodly. But anyways, Max Domi brings in a guy that can produce a lot. He wasn't doing too well in Montreal, but we've seen what this guy can do. He's put up 70 points before. I mean, he didn't do the greatest with Julian, and that's just the matter of fact. They had a lot of young players, and I mean, he especially didn't do too well in the playoffs. And I think he's going to fit right into the Tortorella team. Tortorella is going to be very bossy with Max Domi. He's not going to not let him do what he wants to do, but he's going to have that strict coaching format, and that it works. Tortorella's coaching works. It works to a pin. And I think the deal with Max Domi is good. I think it's going to fit. He's going to fit perfectly alongside Nick Foligno and Cam Atkinson. It's a perfect fit for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And with that pickup, it makes the Columbus Blue Jackets a lot more lethal. That top six, I mean, you look at it, Liam Foudy, I'm probably not going to see him. You're probably going to most likely see Gustav Nyquist playing up on that top wing. But Bjorkstrand had a great year, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Then you're going to have Gustav Nyquist. Then you're going to have a great second line with Foligno, Domi, and Atkinson. It is already looking like a really good, solid team for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And even we're hearing rumors now about Matthew Barzal maybe going to the Columbus Blue Jackets, with them still having $9.2 million. And there's still a lot of available defensemen, or not defensemen, just forwards in this year's free agency. There's still guys that the Columbus Blue Jackets can potentially go after, with Mike Hoffman, Duclair, Soderberg. I mean, actually, not Duclair. Probably not Mike Hoffman either. But there's still some pretty solid guys that the Columbus Blue Jackets could possibly pick up to bolster their team even more. And especially the RFAs. There's a lot of big name RFAs out there. You got Barzal, you got Cirelli, Strome, DeBrus, you got Sergachev. There's still a lot of good solid players out there. And you might possibly be seeing them bolster it up more. But I think maybe they might be done. Maybe they were clearing cap, the internal cap that they might have. Who knows, right? It is the Columbus Blue Jackets. But Yarmo's done a really good job. Drafting was a little bit weird. They picked up this guy, Igor Chikhanov, which all the analysts at SportsCenter were like, wow, we don't even know who this guy is. Like, hang on, let me just scroll through my papers. And yeah, Igor looks like he's doing pretty well in the KHL right now. I don't know how well he'll pan out, but great shooter. Maybe is what the Columbus Blue Jackets are going for. But Jarmo Kekalainen is that type of guy that will draft the European players more than anything else. And you've seen that by his draft history. He's drafted a lot of good European players like Emil Benstrom, like a Texier. I mean, he's not really European, but late round steals is Kekalainen's great skill. I don't know. I was trying to find the word, but couldn't find it. But now in the free agency, Max Domi, like I said, great deal, $5.3 million for the next 2 years, great. Mikhail Sergachev, also getting him. He did decent when he was playing in Colorado. It was the bad years when the Colorado wasn't really performing well, and he put up 23 points. And then when he went off to the KHL, I mean, he hasn't put up too bad numbers, almost playing point per game in the playoffs. Actually, point per game in that playoffs. So you might be seeing a guy that could potentially leap off for the Columbus Blue Jackets, right? We have seen this before with Dadonov and other players. Maybe we see it out of Grigorenko. Who knows? But if he does, that is absolutely amazing for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And then also Mikko Koivu, great defensive guy. He'll totally fit in Torrella's playing form. And then also they also got Vladislav Gorgiev. I don't know how to say his name. Sorry if I mispronounce it. But $2.8 million for the next 3 years. Absolute steal. That's why they probably trade away Murray, is to fit him in. And also Dean Cocoon as well. Two great defensemen. Solid two-way or defensive defensemen in these two guys. Two rugged guys. And I'm really liking the way that they're building their defense core. Goalies, they got two great guys in Elvis Merzlikins and Korpisalo. There's been rumors about maybe Korpisalo being traded or Merzlikins. I don't know if that's going to be really true or what they're going to get from them. They've been asking for a lot, like a first-round pick, which you could see. You never know. I don't really see it happening. You might be seeing these two guys go together because I don't think teams are really going to want to pay Elvis Merzlikins, who just started performing well this year, to a big contract that he already has, and who knows if he will keep up that performance, right? So we'll have to see what happens with him. But overall, solid free agency for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I still see them maybe adding some more depth, but if they don't, it's a solid team. It might be a playoff team, but the problem is the Metro is a very deep division with the New York Rangers on the run. You got Carolina, you got, maybe the Islanders in that mix. You got a lot of good teams that are going to be pushing for a playoff spot. So I think the Columbus Blue Jackets got to take that next step and really push for another good player to help out that depth, because overall there's going to be a lot of good Eastern Conference teams that we're going to be looking over, like the Buffalo Sabres, who even built themselves up higher. Or maybe they'll save the money for next year when Taylor Hall does drop back into free agency again. Maybe they go after him with the amount of money they will have towards next year, because they're going to be losing Dobwinski's contract, which will be absolutely huge. Same with Nick Foligno. He's worth that, but you're going to be losing a bunch of people off your team, which will give you money. And same with Scott Hartnell. So I'm really excited for the future for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I think they're going to look very, very good this upcoming season, especially if you have Grigorenko perform. There's still a lot of big questions with the Columbus Blue Jackets, but we'll see what they do. I give this team an A-. I still feel like they could pick up a little bit more to make this team really, really good. But so far, I'm liking what they're doing. I think they could potentially be a playoff team in a weak division, but with how strong the Metro is, I feel like they might make it in, but it's going to be a tough one for the Columbus Blue Jackets. But I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.